A fellow named John Joyner, a friend of the Methvins, was approached by Henry's father. Said Henry wants to get away from Bonnie and Clyde.
If they could put Bonnie and Clyde on the spot, as they say, the deal from Texas would be a pardon for Henry for all of his crimes in Texas.
Ivy's the one who cut the deal. Henry was not the one who set him up. Henry wasn't there. It was his dad.
Turns out that the deal reached the ears of Sheriff Jordan. He relayed it to me.
They actually work up a handwritten document that Jordan kept in his desk there, that the state of Texas would pardon Henry Methvin for his crimes in exchange for information about Bonnie and Clyde.
Waving a damn piece of paper in front of Henry. And Henry bought it.
I don't want to jinx it, but this time I feel like Clyde's not going to live to see next week. As for Bonnie...
There was some ambivalence on the part of a few of those deputies because they would have to kill a woman, which was something that nobody felt they wanted to do. No one had ever done anything like that before.
I think Hamer thought he might be able to avoid having to kill Bonnie. I think they all did.
Mr. Methvin told Clyde, he says at 9 o'clock in the morning, Henry will be at the house. This is the night before. So, the deal's set. Mr. Methvin early that morning come down the road and they position the vehicle because they know what direction Clyde's coming from. This is all preset.
Henry Methvin's father was supposed to park that truck in the southbound lane of this tiny little road, and then he was supposed to pull a wheel off that truck, make it look like it was broken down.
That night they set the ambush up.
So there's me, my right hand Manny Gulp, two deputies, Alcon and Henry, Sheriff Anderson Jordan and his deputy Prentice Oakley.
I think Hamer has a lot of confidence in his own ability.
Yeah.
Now, whether he was that confident in the rest of the men in the posse, I don't know.
He's not that confident. He's not that
We
confident.
pick out our spot, set
He's
up
not
camp.
that
I
confident.
know what I have to do.
He's not
I
that
just have to make sure
confident.
the rest of the posse are of the same mind.
He's not that
Supposedly there
confident.
is some discussion between the Texas part of the ambush team and the Louisiana part.
He's not
The
that.
county
He's not
sheriff
that confident.
suggesting that at least the gesture should be made. Something to at least give Clyde the opportunity to surrender. The Texas group supposedly thought that that was really useless. They had been tracking this guy for a long time. He never showed any tendency to give up. Hamer said, that's not going to happen this time, whatever it takes.
He's done enough damage already. Widowed enough wives, orphaned enough children. See ya. A kill.
Yeah. Clyde Barrow's not giving it up this time. Clyde Barrow's not giving up this time. Clyde Barrow's not giving up this time. The only thing is, Clyde Barrow's not giving up this time. By this time, he's gonna kill those men. He's gonna fucking murder these guys. He's gonna stone cold 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 He's gonna stone cold murder these guys. He's gonna stone cold murder these guys. I just know it. He's gonna stone cold murder these guys. I just know it. There was no easy shot with Clyde Barrow. All I know is with Clyde Barrow, there was no easy shot with Clyde Barrow. There was like no easy shot with Clyde Barrow. You had to really flush him out if you wanted to get Clyde Barrow. You had to really flush him out if you wanted motherfucking Clyde Barrow. It's just secret with any outlaw is you flush him out, you starve him out. Starve that shit out. But with me, I'm someone who could be taken alive. I can't be starved out. Because I can't be swayed. Can't sway me.
Time we're ready for Bonnie and Clyde. Everything was set.
I knew that someday, somewhere, someone will betray us.
And who do we see but old man Methvin waiting by the truck on that lonely road in Louisiana?
And naturally, I stopped to see if we could help.
Clyde has to come around. And he tells Mr. Methvin, he says, look, he says, let me pull around the back of your truck. I'll get out and let you put the wheel on. But in the meantime, you got a logging truck all the way, stuff coming from the opposite direction. And he says, let me get out of the way of this logging truck and I'll pull up behind you.
My whole life, death was waiting around every bend in the highway, behind every tree, just biding its time.
It's been a hell of a ride.
Apparently, Henry was supposed to give the signal.
The chief deputy from Louisiana, a fellow named Prentice Oakley, simply took matters into his own hands. Maybe he saw something that told him Clyde was raising a weapon. We don't know why. But on his own, he stood up and emptied his rifle into Clyde's window. And I believe this took everybody by surprise.
Clyde's in first gear. When he kills him, his foot comes off the clutch. The car starts traveling. These officers think, oh my God, he's getting away. So they open fire.
The firing just went on and on. Almost like they believed that they couldn't be killed. So they just killed him about 18 times.
The inevitable end. Retribution. Here is Clyde Barrow and Bonnie Parker, who died as they lived, by the gun.
Inside the car, they found 10 handguns. They found 2 sawed-off shotguns and 3 full-sized military Browning automatic rifles and about 3,000 rounds of ammunition.
Throngs of people went to Gibbsland where their car and bodies were taken on the back of a flatbed pickup truck, I believe, with the bodies still in the car. They were reaching through the car windows, trying to get any souvenir they could. were yanking out hair, ripping off pieces of clothing.
It was seen as the boogeymen had been killed. You know, there was not a lot of outpouring of, oh my. Yeah, there were a few people who said, gosh, did they have to kill Bonnie too? But by and large, Clyde Barrow was seen as a psychopathic stick-up man, and there was nobody who came in and said that was a bad thing that happened to Clyde.
They were known for killing innocent people. And I think the public was probably grateful that they were gone now.
Thousands attend the homecoming of Clyde Barrow. In this Dallas funeral home, his body lies as a never-ending line of men, women, and children from every walk of life file by his casket.
After Convention Center. And before, it's now nationwide, you might say. Sharp logic.
It's a dirty job.
The big deal.
I'm just glad we got the job done. Done well.
Frank Hanger went back to lead pretty much a quiet life. There were book offers, there was Hollywood offers, there were things of that nature thrusted upon him that he simply turned down. He didn't want any part of it. He wanted to go back to the quiet life, and he did that. I don't know how any violent criminal who takes up the gun can expect to last very long out on the open road. Bonnie was more fatalistic. She actually penned a very long poem, which she did often. She was a writer. The last one she penned, she gave to her mother less than 20 days before they both died. In it, she mentions that they would both die. She didn't know when, she didn't know how, she simply knew that they would. The poem is titled The Ballad of Bonnie and Clyde. The last line goes something like this.
To few it'll be grief, to the law a relief. But it's death for Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Some people like to say that I got a baby.
What?
Are you filming?
I'm just getting some stock footage for a mini-series I'm doing.
Okay, well, I'm going to Zoom with Susan. So once we get going, if you want to come in and say hi, you can.
All right.
I'm Melvin Purvis, and my job is to hunt babyface Nelson down. He may look like Babe in the Woods, but the man is a killer.
Everyone is afraid of me. Capone, the feds, you name them. Being afraid of me is the smartest thing they've ever done.
He pulls up beside the FBI car and starts opening fire on it. I mean, who does this?
Bank robber Babyface Nelson, spotted en route to Chicago, top speed, guns a-blazing.
Shooting civilians, shooting cops. There's literally nothing he won't do.
That's where the law got me wrong. One thing I'll never do, surrender. If you were walking by me and my gang, you wouldn't notice nothing. Well, nothing different. That bank job in South Dakota for me and the guys, you know, Johnny Dillinger, his pal Benamita, among others. It's just another work a day. But Sioux Falls was the one that put me on the map.
It should have been an unremarkable job. They go into the bank, they leave the very reliable Homer Van Meter out to guard the door. There's another guy in the car. They all have sharply defined roles. Dillinger and another guy, their role is to go behind the vault and grab as much money as they can. Nelson is the designated lobby man. He is to hold and make sure everybody in the lobby stays down and causes no trouble. It's a fairly simple job. You stand there with a gun and look tough and yell loudly at people and attempt to frighten them.